Since these ones arrived, this territory has been an endless stream of mercenaries seeking reward and bringing destruction.
Then why did you guide me?
They do not belong here. Those that live here come to seek peace. There will be no peace until they're gone.
Then why do you help?
I have never met a Mandalorian. I've only read the stories. If they are true, you will make quick work of it. Then there will again be peace. I have spoken.
And here we go.
It's the comic book bullies.
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
It's the comic book bullies.
You will bow down before me!
It's the comic book bullies.
Now I am the master.
It's the comic book bullies. It's the comic book bullies. Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies. We're Nerd is the New Bully. I'm your host, Leroy, a.k.a. Baby Yoda, with my co-host.
This is Eli, a.k.a. Moose Knuckles.
I don't think that means what you think it means. To quote the Princess Bride. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, we're back with another episode, and it is a lot of shit we did this weekend. We're going to just cover to get it knocked out because I think next week, isn't it? Thanksgiving next week?
Is it next week? Yeah. Yeah,
I think
next
so.
week.
It's a holiday we don't even pay attention to anymore. We at least used to pretend like we cared about Thanksgiving, but now nobody even cares anymore. Like Black Friday is the holiday we're celebrating next week.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so we'll get to all that. Eli, before we get into it, let's talk about some lighthearted news that I saw. Well, I won't even say lighthearted. It was just interesting.
Right.
So, was it People Magazine? They released their Sexiest Man Alive of 2019 or whatever.
Okay.
And it was interesting because, just to let you know, nobody from Outright Geekery won it. Sorry. Especially, when Ryan Gomer was in that pimp suit in that wedding, in April, I thought for sure, he was going to be in the running,
What about Adam Wade Adams? I heard he's in shape, isn't he?
He posted a gym pic one time. I didn't even know because I was like, okay, damn,
Like he's always talking about, watching his girlish figure and not eating junk food and diet sodas.
Like he
and
actually
shit.
posted like a gym selfie one time, so like that. Okay, I'm gonna step my game up then, But no, none of us won. Apparently, the winner was singer John Legend. Now,
Okay.
I didn't think anything about it. Like, okay, yeah, good looking guy, yeah, whatever. But no, Eli, it doesn't work like that. The internet went nuts. The internet hates this pic. Apparently, women don't find him sexy. To be the sexiest man alive. One woman even quoted, and I saw this as a tweet, if that's the sexiest man alive, then I'm going to go lesbian. Because
I was about to say, what about dudes? Do the gay guys like him?
I don't know, I guess. I think gay guys would like him.
Okay.
I guess. I don't know. Gay guys, tune in to us and let us know who you think sexiest man alive is.
Yeah.
Probably Gomer. But yeah, my thing is, they went in on him, and I was like, damn, if you're gonna go in that hard on him, then maybe he shouldn't even win the award. Of course, the usual picks they wanted. They wanted Idris Elba and Brad Pitt and all the stuff like that. Oh, you know who the number one pick was, Eli? That's why I wanted to talk about this.
What's up?
Your boy, your cousin,
my cousin,
Jason
De Niro.
Wait, who?
Robert De Niro?
No, but I mean, he probably won it like 100 years ago or something.
Yeah,
like
30
that.
years ago.
Yeah, who knows? You know what the weirdest choice I ever saw? I actually researched on this and found out Nick Nolte won Sexiest Man Alive one year.
No shit.
Yeah, I was like,
That back in 48 Hours was big.
yeah, I guess 48 Hours. Nick Nolte was. That's how crazy the 80s were. Nick Nolte was a sex symbol. So
Right.
I guess whatever.
So Jason Momoa. Okay,
Jason
yeah.
Momoa, that's what I meant to say. Jason Momoa, everybody wanted Jason Momoa. There were so many tweets like, did Jason Momoa die? Why didn't he pick it? I was like, you know what? That would have been pretty interesting. Eli, I know Eli for good reason. If Jason Momoa would have won Sexiest Man Alive, you would have had a little bit more pep in your step the next day.
I mean, like, hell yeah, man. I got to step up my game.
Right? Like, hey, Jason Momoa, yeah, he's native. 6 Men Alive, so am I.
Yeah. I got long hair. I got the beard. I just don't got the abs.
There you go. That's okay. When they make the comic book bullies Lifetime, documentary movie, he's going to play you anyway, so it doesn't even matter. So, yeah, that's we talked about that long enough.
Sure.
Cool. Let's jump. We got so much of this.
I regret not taking notes on the Sexiest Man Alive.
Well, now you will know next time, Eli.
Yes, yeah. I'll put that in my notebook.
Expect the unexpected. Okay, so now we're just going to jump into the podcast. We got so much shit we got to cover. We just want to just dive into it. Eli, we're going right into the box office numbers and give it to me. What is the #1 movie of the week?
You know what? I have no idea what came out. Anything new come out?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? Disney movie?
Technically, because they own everything. So it's a 20th Century Fox movie, but yeah, let's say it's a Disney movie.
Okay.
Okay, so the movie is Ford versus Ferrari.
Oh, okay.
Eli, I want to see this movie.
It looks good. Well, James Mangold, shit, he made Logan.
He also made Wolverine 2.
He did make that, yeah. But he walked the line. Hey, everybody has their,
everybody has a past. I know.
Yeah. Everybody has their fucking shitty movie.
Just that's his, so that's fine. So now here's the thing, Eli. This is the reason I wanted to watch that movie so bad, because it's actually based on a real story. It actually happened, and I found out about this story while playing Gran Turismo 3.
Oh shit!
It was one of the, like when they have like these special races and stuff like that. So they had one of these races, and they had this long, storyline or narration that was there, and I read all this shit, like the whole dialogue. I'm like, oh, that's interesting as hell. Okay. Ferrari tried to make a car, and the Ford, I think was the Ford GT. They tried to make the Ford GT, call it the Ferrari Killer. So you riding as a Ford GT in the game, and how you beat that level is to race the Ferrari. I was like, that shit's cool as hell. Had to recreated the whole, track and everything on it. So that's why I wanted to see this movie. Like, okay, Gran Turismo has me hyped about this. That's what I wanted to see. Also, something I want to talk about Gran Turismo also. I love the game. Okay, remember Iron Man 2? I know you tried to delete it from your memory because it's not real cinema. Yeah. Okay. So remember when he fought
Whiplash?
Mickey Rourke, whatever his name is. Yeah, that guy. Yeah. Okay. The track that they fought on is actual track in Gran Turismo 3.
Yeah, what's that place called? Monaco or whatever?
Yeah, I think you said it right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Real track. And matter of fact, I raced the track so much, I knew exactly where they were on the track when they fought.
Took screenshots.
Yeah. I almost recreated it with that same car and upload on YouTube, but I was like, that's a little bit too much trouble. I don't have that much time on my hands. If I did, that'd be a problem. #2, Midway.
Okay, I kind of want to see that too.
I kind of want to see it too. It's not doing what they thought it was going to do. They're saying they're calling it a flop, but whatever. Yeah.
But I watched on Netflix, there's a documentary on called Spitfire, which is about the UK World War II planes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And all their battles with, Germany and the ME-109s and all that stuff. Pretty interesting. I've always sort of found dogfights, like the aerial dogfights of World War II, kind of interesting. So I used to watch that show, Dogfights, on the History Channel.
Didn't know there was a show.
Yeah. So, and I remember watching the very first Midway movie with my dad, like way back when I was a little kid. And that was, the Battle of Midway, a lot of, the Pacific, and a lot of dogfights, a lot of aerial fighting. It was basically the Star Wars of.
That's where George Lucas got it from. Like,
yeah, the Death Star battle of World War II.
Yeah,
if that was.
He was trying to recreate that imagery just in space. That's all.
Yeah. So but yeah, I kind of want to see Midway. I'd like to check it. I wouldn't mind checking it out.
Well,
I better go see it before
they
it's bombing. Yeah.
#3. Ooh, this one hurts. This is a new one, Eli. Charlie's Angels.
Oh shit! Fuck that.
Yeah, no one cares about that movie. And
that looked like shit. Did you see the fucking trailer for that?
I did, and I was like, this movie looks like shit.
Yeah, I was like, fuck that. Yeah, why?
And then, the thing is, I think the director or somebody is blaming the movie because they're saying it was an all-female cast, and the reason Captain Marvel and Wonder Woman succeeded was because they were, dedicated to the male demographic because they were already in, male universes and stuff like that. And what Charles Angels just whatever. Nobody wants to see this shit.
Yeah, no one wants to see a remake of a TV show that's like 40 years old. It's the reason why Dr. Sleep is bombing. Nobody knows who.
Like, you waited too long to do this shit.
Yeah.
Now, I'll be honest with you, like, here's the reason I don't want to see the movie. Oh, I specifically don't want to see this movie because of Kristen Stewart.
Okay. The Twilight chick?
Yeah, the Twilight chick. Not that she did anything or said anything stupid like Brie Larson or anything like that. I just don't like her face. That's just me. It's something about it. You ever see somebody and you just look at them like, I don't like that person.
Yeah, her face smells.
Right. That's it. I just don't like her. That's all. She hasn't done anything to me. No.
I guess, yeah. I'm not like overly thrilled about her. I can take her or leave her. I mean, I got no problem with her.
And just seeing her on the trailer, stuff like that, like, made me purposely avoid that movie. Now, if it was not Naomi Scott is in the movie also, the Pink Power Ranger and Jasmine from whatever Little Mermaid, Aladdin.
No, I don't know, but okay.
Okay, her. Now, if she was the lead, if she was the main person, that actually might have made me at least be sort of kind of halfway interested. I'm like, maybe. But the fact that Kristen Stewart was like, not only like was she the main person, she was all over the trailer. Like, for instance, a couple trailers I saw, it was just her. Like the other two girls in there, you didn't even see them. I'm like, man, fuck this movie. It's only be about her.
Yeah. It was just annoying. It was just like a Kardashian commercial.
Yeah. And then everybody, the comics gators, the get woke, go broke folks, they're just popping champagne at this movie flop.
We won!
Right. We did it! I guess. What we got? Number 4, Playing with Fire. I don't even know what that is.
Is that John Cena movie where they're firefighters in the forest?
Yeah,
or whatever?
John Leguizamo.
The little kids and shit.
Yeah, okay, yeah, holiday movie. Yeah. Okay, cool. It's flop, whatever. Number 5, Last Christmas. How many times are they gonna remake this fucking movie? Wait, no, that's Black Christmas. I'm talking.
Well, that's coming too. They remade that again, yeah.
And it's gonna flop. Last Christmas, I think, is a new movie, but it flopped too, so it doesn't matter. Number 6, your movie, Dr. Sleep. Way down.
I saw that. I saw it.
That's right. You did. We did a review. About it here. You talked about it on Geek Sav. I keep getting our podcast confused. Give a quick thing about it.
Well, it's Dr. Sleep, Stephen King. It is a sequel to The Shining. Now, The Shining is the movie. Is one of the greatest horror flicks of all time. I know it's 40 years old and nobody gives a shit about it anymore. Mm-hmm. But this movie actually does a very good job, like, catering to the fans of The Shining, but also it's not trying to be The Shining, but it does a lot of fan service to The Shining. So if you're a fan of the original Shining movie, you're going to love this, especially the third act where they go back to the Overlook Hotel. But this is basically X-Men in a horror flick. It's a bunch of psychic-powered folk fighting each other.
Nice.
And they deal with astral planes and all this shit. They have these mind battles, like, they're tracking each other through the astral, like Cerebro. It all reminded me of like Professor X and shit like that. I was like, yeah.
Maybe he got that shit from the X-Men.
Probably, because that's not, Carrie, The Shining, Firestarter, Dead Zone. He's always had characters that had some sort of psychic telekinetic abilities in his stories. So, and of course, hardcore Stephen King fans know the shared universe, and all his stories sort of take place in this shared universe. So yeah, if you like The Shining, if you like the X-Men, I say check it out, because this is it's quite fast paced. I know The Shining is kind of slow and intense, and it boils and it builds up tension and shit, and kind of leaves things up to the viewer to interpretation. But this is more straightforward. It's not.
Who directed? Kubrick directed it, right?
Yeah, Kubrick directed the original. this is more, I don't want to call it an action movie, but there are action scenes. It's just more straightforward, and it just picks up. Well, it begins directly right after The Shining, and they get like actors to play those old. They don't CGI them like like they do like the Marvel movies where they de-age them and shit.
Mm-hmm.
No, they just get straight up new actors, which I thought was pretty cool. And then so we deal with like the trauma that little Danny is feeling, and then he grows up and he's an adult and he's an alcoholic. He has that ability, The Shining. It's a psychic ability, but he's been traumatized by the events of the Overlook Hotel in the first movie. So he's an alcoholic to sort of numb the pain and not have to deal with his abilities. And then, but then he meets this little girl who's really super powerful. And she needs help because there's this group of evil psychic folks that are going around killing other psychics and feeding off their ability. They're like immortal. They're like vampires, so to speak. They're like feeding off the psychic power of the people with The Shining. And they're after this little girl. So you have sort of like a team up, superhero team up against, the Brotherhood, So it's pretty cool. I mean, it's too bad that it's flopping. I think people who aren't familiar with The Shining, which is like most kids these days, aren't probably interested in it. But I think if they watch this movie, they would probably like it, and then just go watch The Shining as sort of a prequel. You don't have to know what happened in The Shining to know what happened in this movie, because it's a completely different movie. But it helps. And if you're a fan of The Shining, it's cool.
I think they should have did a better job of marketing, I guess.
Yeah.
But I didn't really see any marketing out there for this movie.
Yeah, I mean...
who's the star of this movie?
It's Ewan McGregor.
Oh, yeah. Yes, yeah. That's...
what was I going to say? I don't know. Either way, it's just like... it's pretty cool. It's too bad that it's flopping. It's really well done. And like I said, if you're a fan of The Shining, check it out. If you're not, if you're into superheroes like X-Men, check it out.
It's like an X-Men movie, but it's not.
Yeah.
All right. Slap a score on it.
Oh, I give it a 4 out of 5.
Cool. Okay. Number 7, The Good Liar, whatever the fuck that is. It's a new movie. So yeah.
Okay.
Nothing but flops on this thing. Oh, except here. Now we hit goldmine. Number 8, Joker.
Oh, I heard that's making all the money now.
Yeah, it did it. Well, we did it.
We did it?
We did it. Yeah, it's $1 billion.
Yeah,
well,
I went and saw it again.
Yeah,
I saw it one more time.
Yeah. So yeah, you did it. Yeah, so it is actually the first R-rated movie ever to cross $1 billion. Like, period.
Wow, really?
Not comic book movie, not whatever, period.
Oh, shit.
That's insane. It's actually even the highest grossing movies featuring the Joker to gross $1 billion. It actually outgrossed The Dark Knight. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's weird that people are really digging on this movie.
I knew it was going to do good, but it did it without China. Like, at all.
Yeah, didn't it get banned in China?
Yes. So that's why I was like, there's no way this can do $1 billion. So I'm glad I didn't bet money on this. Otherwise, I would have lost. But yeah, it's no China, and it wasn't like Black Panther. We know Black Panther did like $700 million in U.S. alone. Wasn't like that. It only did like $300 million here. But did all this other money, and money everywhere else.
Yeah, like it's just it's okay, but I don't think it's that good. Like I don't think it's $1 billion good. But then again, The Lion King made $1 billion.
Lion King has this nostalgia and it's G-rated. You take your kids to it. That's an R-rated movie.
Yeah,
the kids can't even go see this movie.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like it seems to really, like people that I've talked to, like, oh, it's so good, blah blah blah.
Yeah, people
blah.
call it a masterpiece, and they're like,
okay, it's fine.
I don't think so, but okay.
Sure, yeah, it's okay. I don't think it's that good, but sure. I mean, I saw it again just to take in the shots, the scenery. Mm-hmm. I mean, it is a good-looking movie on the big screen. It's really nice. Especially, I went and saw it on IMAX. So.
Oh man, well, don't worry, we're eventually gonna get one. in 2020 sometime. Yeah. Okay. So number 9, we have Maleficent. I finally said it.
There you go. Good job.
Mistress of Evil. I won't try it again, but yeah, Mistress of Evil. So it's not doing what Disney expected to do it. So apparently, whoever directed this movie will be fed to the sharks with lasers on their heads.
They're off with their heads.
Right. And number 10, Harriet, down at the bottom. Everybody keeps saying Harriet flopped. Harriet didn't flop. They made the movie for almost nothing.
Okay.
So whatever they make is pretty much profit in the pocket. So it's cool. I think it did like 31 million. It's fine. Everybody's freaking out, but it's fine. What else we got to talk about? Oh, Eli, before we get into the other stuff, let's keep on the movies. This week is the 2-year anniversary of Justice League.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Did you celebrate?
Yeah, I did. By watching the movie.
I bought me a donut.
Right. But yeah, I decided to just watch the movie again. You know, the thing like Justice League, because I knew it was coming up, so I decided to watch it again. Oh, and also plugging my our YouTube channel that we're both on. I did like the Justice League, and I took the clips of it and made like the Justice League TV show out of it.
Okay.
It didn't get any hits, but it's cool. I just was bored and decided to do it anyway. So yeah, that's how I decided to celebrate. And other people are celebrating also. Apparently, the cast of Justice League, and they're all celebrating the exact same way. They all retweeted, released a Snyder cut. Mm-hmm. Now, before it was just the Cyborg actor and probably the Flash actor just did it, but no, not this year. Now we got Gal Gadot. You got Ben Affleck also retweeted it, and Zack Snyder actually returned to Twitter just to retweet them. So that's pretty much the entire cast except for Henry Cavill. Everybody has retweeted it or got behind it except Henry Cavill. So it's weird. You got everybody saying release Snyder cut. So once they said it, just
didn't Momoa say he actually seen it?
Yeah, he said he's seen it. Zack Snyder, even 2 years later, is still releasing new pictures from it. Not Aquaman. Momoa is still releasing new pictures from it. Ben Affleck released a new picture. Like him smashing a thug's head into a brick wall or something.
Ooh, I want to see that.
Not you too, Eli. We don't need you to jump on the bandwagon now. Down with the Justice League,
Yeah. Well, Joss Whedon weeps in a corner.
Right. Like everybody just hates him. He came in for cleanup. I mean, damn. But yeah, the thing about this, now it's got the whole thing about releasing Snyder Cut because everybody's back on the train again. And another thing is that an ex, and this is a story that people aren't talking about. An ex-executive of Warner Brothers actually retweeted it.
Oh, really?
But this is what he said. He said if Zack Snyder wants to finish the movie, he needs to put up the money himself.
Okay.
Which means that the movie is not finished. Everybody keeps saying release the cut, release the cut. The cut is not finished. The cut doesn't exist. If it's not finished, I mean it doesn't exist. So you can't just put the movie out.
Yeah, the cut was the trailer. The trailer was the Zack Snyder.
Right, that was it. Because for them to finish the movie, it would cost them the price of a movie to finish this movie. A movie they already put out.
Yeah, and bombed. And nobody likes.
So they're going to release the movie again for a bunch of hardcore nerds online just for them to watch it? A whole movie? No, it's not worth it. Should have got it right the first time. Now, let's go back to the release of Justice League because it's, like I said, it's more information came out now than it was back then when it came out. We know why the movie was rushed to get it out there. Because we knew the movie, the CGI, even the people that worked on the movie said the CGI wasn't finished, they needed more time to do it. But they didn't care because the guy at the time, Kevin Tsujihara, whatever his name was, anyway, he got Me Too'd out of Warner Brothers.
Oh, no shit.
But he knew it was coming. So he rushed the movie to get finished so he could get his bonus before they kicked him out.
Oh, that's why.
That's why.
So it's all his fault.
It's all his fault. Like everything, it's all his fault. That's why he wanted the movie cut down to this. He didn't want the movie to have a 2-parter. He wanted it 1 part. He wanted the movie released in this fiscal quarter so he could get his bonus before they came after his ass.
So it's not BVS's fault.
It's still BVS's fault. But I'm just saying, that's why it was rushed, because he knew he was going to be gone by that time. So, yeah, it's a whole lot of backdoor drama behind this. People keep saying the family tragedy and stuff like that. Yes, there was a family tragedy, but we already know now that Josh Whedon was already working on the movie way before any of that stuff even happened.
Yeah, he had been working on it forever,
Right, he was writing the script. He was already
it was supposed to be a trilogy and all that shit.
Technically not really. They kind of cut the movie down from that. But the thing was, he was never working on a Batgirl movie. They did that on false pretenses to make him work on the Justice League movie to begin with. All those jokes are like that. That was him. They were trying to get Josh Whedon, acclimated into the process so they could pretty much move Zack Snyder out. And we knew that's what happened because when you look at the Comic-Con right before Justice League was released, you can look at all the faces. You look at the faces of the Justice League members, cast members. You can tell anytime Zack Snyder's name was brought up, they felt sad. Anytime Josh Whedon's name was brought up, they felt sad. So there was some stuff going behind. Ben Affleck, he was ready to leave right now. I said that then, Ben Affleck's done. I'm telling you that right now. He's out of here. So should the Snyder Cut be released? Sure, why not? Here's the thing, if they did it, and let's say they started a Kickstarter, would you pitch in?
Okay. No.
But you just stepped on a campaign. I'm almost tempted to start a GoFundMe myself.
Do I get in for free? Do I get a producer credit?
That's the thing, because we've never had a major motion picture start a Kickstarter before. So how would that work? Because technically they do have financial backers. So we would be the financial backer. So they should put us down as, executive producer.
Well, then I want some creative fucking say, too.
No. That won't happen. Just like you want creative say, everybody else want creative say.
Yeah, fuck that then.
I want my Superman with a mullet. No. Not gonna have that.
I want Wonder Woman and Superman sex scene in the sky.
Oh yeah, and they had thunder and it started earthquakes.
Yeah, the world moved, Clark, or I felt the world move, or whatever.
She some stupid shit I think I'm pregnant afterwards or something.
Yeah.
I don't
know.
God
bless you, Frank Miller.
Since you said that, can we segue?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. I think you did it on purpose, but if not, you've just been doing it.
No, I didn't. I was just off the top.
You've just been doing it. You're a natural kid. All right. So, like I said, from one crazy-ass comic book legend to another crazy-ass comic book legend. Let's talk about Alan Moore for a second. Even though you say the comic book section for later on, but let's get into it because this is too juicy. First off, happy birthday to Alan Moore.
Yes, happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, Will.
Crazy bastard.
Yeah, crazy ass bastard. Eli, we said today, what is your favorite Alan Moore work?
I put down, was it Inferno, that Swamp Thing annual where he goes to hell to save Abby?
Yes. Here's the thing.
That one's
book,
pretty cool.
I know exactly what you're talking about. That book may have accidentally created the Justice League Dark.
Okay.
Because they never teamed up before then. They were never a thing.
Yeah, Constantine's in that book.
Edrican.
The Demon, yeah.
Deadman.
Deadman's in it.
Zatanna's in it.
Yeah.
Well, she may not have been in that one, but she showed up later on though.
Yeah, I mean it's a great story. I mean it's just a one shot of him. It's like Dante's Inferno, only with the Swamp Thing.
Yep.
So
awesome ass story. Yeah, I was gonna put if you're talking about long run, yes, his Swamp Thing. If you haven't read his Swamp Thing book, please go read his Swamp Thing book. It's insane. He takes comic book that's the reason comic books are the way they are. There's so much stuff in this Swamp Thing book that affected the DC universe. It's insane. Like I said, the Justice League Dark, the Hawk People and the Rand War and the Adam Strange story. He may have invented that. That may have started in Swamp Thing first. The anti-life equation, all that crazy ass shit. It's in that Swamp Thing book. It just gets fucking nuts towards the end. That's what I love about that book. Favorite one-shot story he did was, of course, a Superman book for the man who loves everything. It was adapted into a Justice League cartoon, but just the story, actually, the way it's written, just fucking awesome. Mongol, what's the name? Mongol, yeah, beat shit out of him. So, cool story. But another story that everybody seems to love. The most popular answer that everybody would normally say would be Watchmen. Yes, Alan Moore created Watchmen. Now, the funny thing about Watchmen is that he did it in a roundabout way that because DC wouldn't let him make the book he wanted to make. What he wanted to do was take the Charleston characters that DC had just bought and make a book with them. Now, those characters are Blue Beetle, The Question, who remember from Justice League Unlimited, Captain Atom, what's that other guy's name? The comedian's based on somebody, I can't remember what his name was. Some guy you don't really remember anyway. The Protector or some shit. But anyway, DC saw what he was gonna do with these characters. Like, oh fuck no. you can make some characters based on these guys, but no, we're using these guys and putting them in the main universe. You take another alternate universe and do whatever the fuck you want to with them. And that's where the Watchmen came in, where he just did whatever the fuck he wanted to do. Great story, political. Some people say it's the greatest comic book of all time. It's up there. It's up there.
It's up there. It definitely elevates the medium.
Yeah, I mean, comic books were regarded as one way before Watchmen, and then regarded as another way after Watchmen. Like people are saying, like Watchmen is one of the greatest literary, books, period, of all time. Mm-hmm. It's up there. Maybe not all time. I mean, you got the Bible and stuff like that.
the best-selling book of all time.
Right.
There's one in every hotel room.
Right. Not Watchmen. So yeah,
it would be cool if there was a Watchmen copy in every.
It would be cool as fuck if you had a Watchmen book in every hotel, like right next to the Bible. Like you had a choice: do you want the Bible or do you want Watchmen? Oh yeah. So, I mean, the thing we got to talk about, and then one thing, Eli, we do need to do is that we need to start talking about this Watchmen TV show. We've been getting requests. I haven't watched it.
I have been.
You have been watching it.
If you're going to start watching it, then I don't want to spoil it.
Okay, don't spoil it for me. I'm going to watch it. Because like I said, you know me, I'm not really a TV watcher anyway. So you pretty much have to drag me kicking and screaming to watch a TV show. But I'm going to get into Watchmen, and we're going to start having more talk about it. Because we've been getting requests. We're supposed to be experts on this shit. And the most popular comic book TV show on TV right now, I don't know shit about.
It is good, though. Every episode, it gets better and better.
Okay, so I'm going to jump on the hype train. I'm going to jump on the bandwagon because I'm usually, I pay no attention to any of this shit like Game of Thrones. Completely flew over my head. I didn't know it was a thing until season 8. So I'm going to get on the ground floor with this Watchmen thing. So. And
I've been doing my homework. I reread Watchmen this past week. So I can sort of take in all the little details that this show is getting into.
And it says a lot. And the thing is, when the show first aired, 5 weeks ago, something like that, Comixology had a sale where I bought the whole series for $5. So I'm going to reread it. Yeah. So we're going to be, by the next time you hear this, we're going to be Watchmen experts. We're going to be Watchmen out the ass. Ask us any question. Doesn't matter. No.
Yeah.
But for now, don't. But the reason we want to talk about Alan Moore, because just like we talked about Scorsese and we talked about Coppola and everybody else shitting on comic movies saying they're not real cinema, now we actually have Alan Moore, who actually is a comic book writer, also shitting on comic book movies.
Yeah.
So it just gets worse and worse as it goes along. But the thing is, he actually didn't say this recently. He said this like back in like 2016, 2017, something like that. But since his birthday, people are just resurfacing the stuff he's already said. So basically the stuff that Scorsese and Coppola and all that, he already said this years ago.
Yeah. He said that even when the Watchmen movie came out, 10 years
That was like,
ago.
2009 or some shit.
Yeah,
because basically, because he's saying like Hollywood is missing the point of it. I mean, because the way Alan Moore said it, basically said that Watchmen is unadaptable. You can't adapt it. It was made to be a comic book, and that's it. He was writing a screenplay for Hollywood. He was writing a comic book.
And the Watchmen, Zack Snyder's movie totally misses the point.
It misses the point. Like, yes, he made all the dialogue word for word, but you missed the tone of it. That's the thing what he get. Because the thing was, he was trying to make these guys assholes. They're not supposed to be likable. They're supposed to be what happened. You put the power in the wrong hands. Meanwhile, Zack Snyder made these guys cool, badass. Like, no, you're missing the point, Zack. That's not what this movie's supposed to be about.
We're not supposed to. Rorschach is racist. You're not supposed to like him.
Exactly. That's why when people watch the TV show and then watch the movie, there's a disconnect.
Yeah, they're like freaking out. There's all these like comics gators and all these pissed off fanboys saying that Watchmen is too woke and all this shit, and like Watchmen was always woke.
Right.
Like Like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's too political. Like, this is the Watchmen, motherfucker. What do you
Right.
Yeah. So they're taking, because Rorschach, he's a badass in the movie, but in the comic he's kind of a dick. And I really, like I said, I reread The Watchmen this past week, and I really paid attention to the appendixes in the back of the book. There's articles and chapters from the book that the first Night Owl was writing, and then it's got the New Frontiersman. That article from the New Frontiersman, which is the paper that Rorschach reads regularly.
Right.
And it's like kind of this ultra right-wing kind of racist magazine. And it has like racist cartoon characters and shit. I'm like, this is the shit that Rorschach was reading.
Right. And either Zack Snyder omitted that or he just didn't get it.
Yeah. And And I can see how people like who haven't read the comic are like, oh my god, they're ruining a character. It's like, no, they're actually staying true to the character.
Right.
Yeah. So, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. I don't want to.
We've got plenty of time to talk about the Watchmen later on. So basically, yes, happy birthday, Alan Moore, you crazy son of a bitch. That's what we want to say.
Putting curses on movies and shit doesn't he?
Anyway, let's talk about some.
Isn't he supposed to be like a sorcerer? So he thinks he's a sorcerer or some alchemist or some shit?
He did say that. He did
some
say
weird.
No, or was that Grant Morrison?
Or is that Grant? Or maybe they have.
They're just high as fuck, man. That's all.
They're all those fucking all those British European comic writers.
They're just high as fuck, man, because they always say some stupid shit when they interviews, like, I just go to another higher plane, and I can see.
Morrison, Garth Ennis, Alan Moore.
I pull
Mobius.
These stories from another universe.
Yeah.
When I go to another dimension, you smoke acid, motherfucker.
Yeah. They're all, Mobius. They're all in some Eyes Wide Shut sex party.
Right. All weird shit, man. But yeah, let's talk about something lighthearted and fluffy and shit,
All right.
Let's get to it. This is shit that everybody has been obsessed with for the last week. This has been a new phenomenon. Let's talk about Disney Plus.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Disney Plus is just this new thing that is taking over.
They got me. That's how they got me.
They even got you too. They said 10 million people, Americans, have subscribed to Disney Plus. Like, that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
So yeah, and like I said, there's all kind of things you can think of. People saying they've been watching X-Men, watching Darkwing Duck and DuckTales and whatever else, Spider-Man and Amazing Friends. Oh, Eli, there used to be this term Netflix and chill, right?
Oh shit.
Yeah. So
this Disney and Dick.
No, some people saying Disney Plus and Dick. Some people saying Disney Plus and Thrust. We're still playing around with the terminology. We'll figure it out. That's what. Who the hell is having sex with DuckTales?
Hasn't stuck yet.
It hasn't stuck yet, but it'll get there. But who's having sex with DuckTales?
I don't know.
Like you're sitting there with you want to come over and watch some DuckTales? I see Netflix.
Or
you
just
come and watch some
change
Dolomite.
that D to an F.
I guess so. Just weird. I don't know, but hey, stranger things have happened. And so, but yeah, Disney Plus has a bunch of cartoons on there, movies. I saw the original, not the original, but the live action Lady of the Tramp remake. They stuck that on Disney Plus. I'm like, that's cool. But the reason that we got it, Eli, you and I, not the rest of the world, us, we got it for the Mandalorian.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So that's what we went for, and Star Wars in general and Marvel in general, so like that. Now keep in mind, all the Marvel stuff is not on there yet. Some of the stuff is still on Netflix. So I gotta wait for that contract to expire over there for to get. So there's still some stuff they gotta get. But yeah, we saw the Mandalorian because it was this thing that we've been hyping up for the longest, and we got a chance to think about it. So Eli, I'm gonna let you go first. Give your impressions of the first 2 episodes of the Mandalorian, because that's what have dropped so far.
Okay. Well, of course, because I'm a Star Wars baby, I loved it. Especially the first episode. Second episode, I was a little like, what? That's it?
Yep.
I was like, I wanted some answers, but I still enjoyed them. Yeah, I still wanted it. I still enjoyed it. But yeah, I mean, just watching this shit, it's like this is sort of finally geared towards, dare I say, adults, which is what most of the Star Wars fan base is now. I think are like, guys our age.
Hell,
Want
you
to
got
see
some grandfathers.
yeah, who want to see some grimier shit in the Star Wars universe, and this actually dives into that, the scum and villainy side. So we have this, the Mandalorian. He's not Boba Fett, but it takes place after Return of the Jedi, and he's going on some job where he's got to rescue. We want to get into spoilers yet?
Go for it. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's on some shady job, and where he's got to recover an asset. And the first episode ends with him and an IG droid, which I thought was great. Finding this little Yoda baby. That's what they're calling it, the Yoda baby.
Mm-hmm.
Since we don't know what species
it's
Yoda
not
was.
Yoda. Everybody keeps saying it's Yoda. It's not Yoda.
Yeah, Yoda, and there was another species like Yoda on the Jedi Council in the prequel.
I think her name was Yaddle.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Do you think
But
they
they
got
never
freaky deaky?
clarified what species it was. So
Yeah.
But everyone's calling it the Yoda baby. And basically, the second episode is him sort of. He's got to take this. He's got to get this baby back, and he got jumped by some Trandoshans. Those are the lizard Bosk-like characters, and his ship got stripped by Jawas, and he had to get his ship back together. And we still don't really know what this baby is for, or what's going on, or who really he is. We don't get that sense. But other than that, I'm into it. I'm sold. I'm gonna start paying for it after this week because I did this 7-day trial because I want more. But it's basically a Western. It's a Western. It's a Star Wars Western. It's Lone Wolf and Cub, basically.
I knew you were gonna say it. I knew you were gonna say it because I saw that connection also.
Yeah.
My thing about this is that everybody's comparing this to, is this the best thing since Return of the Jedi, or whatever like that. Let's put that to the side. Let's put it aside. Don't compare the two, because this is what we needed right now. As Star Wars fans, this is what we need. Yeah. Because the Star Wars movies in general, all of them, whether you like them, whether you hate them, anything like that, they're too big. They're too bombastic. Everything is about the universe about to be destroyed. We got to save the universe, stuff like that. And that's cool, but we had about 8 or 9 movies of the same plot over and over and over again, and they can be, numb the senses a while. We need something smaller. We need something down back. We need something personal, and that's what the Mandalorian is giving us. Everything doesn't have to be, end of the universe or like that. We can have just a spaghetti western in space, and that's what's it. Because George Lucas took so much inspiration from everything: samurai movies, westerns, old sci-fi flicks, Star Trek, everything, that you can take aspects of that and just remake it and put it in Star Wars universe, and it would completely fit. Like when the Mandalorian is walking, you can even hear spurs in the background when he's walking, even though he doesn't wear spurs. Yeah. Just because it reminds you of that. Just like the comparison you can make is like with Han Solo. Now, Han Solo, to me, is right out of a Western also. He is a Western figure, but he's more like Maverick. Like the gambler, the loan shark, the vigilante. He's that type of guy. Where the Mandalorian is straight up Clint Eastwood. That's what he is. Yeah. The man with no name.
Blondie, yeah.
Right. That's what he is. When he walked in, I didn't even think he was going to talk. I thought he was just going to just be some guy and just be badass when you start talking. And that's the thing. Whoever they got to play him, I don't know. That guy is acting his ass off, because especially the voice actor, he's badass, but at the same time, you can hear humanity in his voice at the same time. And he has to act with a face mask on the entire time. And you can tell his emotions and his face expression, even though he doesn't make any facial expressions.
Yeah. So he was on Game of Thrones, that guy.
I didn't watch Game of Thrones. But the first episode, I was like, okay, yes, he's badass, cool, so like that. I did feel like it was some dead spots in the first episode for me. I know everybody else just freaked the fuck out. Oh, it's the greatest thing ever. Better than sex. I was like, it's cool. Wait for the next episode to see what it's like. But the second episode is actually what got me. Now, you said it was too short. Other people said it was too short. I get it. 33 episodes. But I did feel like there was no filler. I feel like everything in this episode was meant to be. It served a purpose to be there. you know, and it captivated me more, especially when he fighting the Jawas. They even had like a little Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade reference in there, like an homage to there.
Yeah.
You know, I thought that was pretty cool. Just to review, and just the Yoda baby. Just, I know you was gonna hate it, Eli.
I didn't mind the Yoda baby. I thought it, like the second episode, I think it got a little too cutesy, you know.
And
where he's,
that's the episode that everybody loves. That's everybody that hooked everybody.
Yeah, I was like, okay. He's being too cute. He's crawling around. He's being a porg. He's being an Ewok.
Yes, you know? He's being a holiday gift.
He's Baby Groot.
Right, that's exactly what he is. They're already getting the plush toys ready.
Yeah.
So yes, a couple times they were overselling Yoda baby, but it worked because everybody went nuts over the second episode.
And just the concept is intriguing. You know, the concept is there. The fact that it was able to lift that big giant bull thing, and that was another thing. I was hoping it was going to be another monster. I was hoping, you know, for a Rancor. I'm still waiting for a Rancor to show back up. Damn it! Since Return of the Jedi, I've been waiting for a Rancor to show. They showed up on the Clone Wars,
right?
But that's animated. I want a fucking Rancor in a movie again.
So,
or a crate. I thought it was going to be like a crate dragon because they said an egg. They had to go get an egg.
Right.
You know.
But so you know the egg was going to be from like a big monster or whatever like that. But I guess you think it would be bigger than that. So
like a crate dragon or something cool. Not this big furry beast. Like it's a mammal. They don't lay eggs. Like. But whatever. It's Star Wars. But either way,
you make your own rules. Whatever.
Yeah. Whatever. You know, it was fine. You know, for what it was.
Okay. So and another thing, Eli. The Mandalorian made the Star Wars Holiday Special canon.
Yes.
So
and the gun, because he's got the same gun.
He's got the same gun, and I think the beast he was riding in there, because Boba Fett was in the Holiday Special, but the beast that was in there, I think, showed up in the Mandalorian also.
It was the thing he was riding had like a long neck. It kind of looked like those things that Luke was milking, the teat.
Yeah.
In Last Jedi, they kind of look like that.
Why you reminding me of The Last Jedi? We were having such a good conversation.
I could get it. I love The Last Jedi.
I know. That's why we banned Star Wars up until this point. I feel like it's okay to take Star Wars back out of the
I just triggered a bunch of people.
Right.
Rose Tico, motherfuckers.
Yeah, so yeah, but that's the thing. Holiday Special is canon. Suck it, fanboys. Suck it, George Lucas.
Well, they were making one of the characters like, I'm trying to make it home for Life Day.
Right, that's the thing. I made it home for Life Day. That was only in the Holiday Special. Because the thing is, now I listened to Comic Cast earlier today. I tried not to listen to Comic Cast before we record, but I got bored, so I listened to it. Now they had a question on why the Holiday Special isn't on Disney Plus. There's actually a good reason for that. Because
it sucks.
Yeah, yes. And when George Lucas sold the rights to Star Wars, he specifically left out the Holiday Special.
Yeah.
So Disney doesn't own the Holiday Special because George Lucas went out of his way to try to destroy every single copy of that movie ever made.
Yeah. Everybody who thinks they want to see the Holiday Special, you don't.
It's
you really
terrible.
Don't. You don't. Try watching it. It's on YouTube.
I mean, the thing is, Eli,
if you can make it through the Holiday Special, I'll eat a hamburger.
But Eli, I mean, I try to make it to a good bit of it, but it's fascinating on how bad it is. That's the thing.
Yeah, it is. It's like, holy shit. It's
like somebody
they're using like those video in camera, like news station, like effects, like for video. Like it's shot on video.
Right.
That's the thing. It's shot on video, and they're using like effects that they, you know, it's really bad. And
that's the thing. You have to watch it because it's so bad. You have to watch it because like Chewbacca has his family that he can't get to, and they just talk in gurgles and Wookiee talk.
There's no subtitles.
No subtitles.
You don't know what the fuck they're saying.
And this thing goes on for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, fucking, rest in peace to Carrie Fisher, but she was high as fuck.
Right.
Like Mark Hamill has got more makeup on than she does. Like.
Look like the dude from Saw. Like
yeah, man. My fucking what's her name? Maud. What's that? B. Arthur.
Yeah, B. Arthur did a musical number. I'm like, what the fuck is happening here? It's so bizarre. That's why you have to watch it.
Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. Not. I don't think it's bad in a good way. You know, where you can watch something. Oh, this is just a pile of horseshit, but it's funny.
Right.
This isn't that. This is like, no, this is bad. Like the bad. It's bad. It's so bad that it's bad.
So basically, what we're recommending it basically for everybody that has seen it. Just be prepared. It's bad.
Yeah. It doesn't need to be on Disney Plus. I don't. If it was on there, if it was on Disney Plus, I won't watch it.
I'd watch it. I was like, oh, holy fuck.
That should be a bad. You're talking about Last Jedi.
Okay, that is bad. That is, like, of all the shit George Lucas did, that is the one thing he does not want re-released.
Yeah.
That should tell you something.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's too bad. I mean, technically, he could, he's tinkered around with every other movie.
There's no fixing that.
But I guess, I guess he can't CGI in other characters and shit.
He could try, but it wouldn't work. Oh,
CGI
yeah.
Idris Elba instead of B. Arthur.
Let's talk about some other shit. One more thing I want to talk about on Disney Plus is that for some people, everybody was shocked that, yes, there is a Black Panther cartoon on Disney Plus that nobody knows about.
Is it that one that was on BET?
Not the BET one. Everybody keep talking about the BET one.
Because that one was good.
Yes, that one was good. That was awesome. And everybody keeps saying, well, it's not the BET one. It shouldn't matter. We can have more than one Black Panther cartoon. You got 50 million Batman cartoons, 50 million Spider-Man cartoons, and we have 2 Black Panther cartoons. No. So, no, it's not the BET one. They haven't bought BET yet. So it's coming, don't worry. But no, this is a whole new cartoon. They play around with the mythos. It's actually like season 5 of the Avengers Assemble cartoon that I keep telling everybody is actually pretty good, but if I keep saying it sucks, go watch it. You'll like it because it got Thanos, Civil War.
The Avengers Assemble. That one that came on like 10 years ago or whatever?
No, that shit sucked.
Really?
You talking about, wait, no, that actually pretty good.
Avengers Assemble.
No, that was Earth Mightiest Heroes. That was the best one. Yeah.
The world's about to break. That fucking theme. I remember the theme song.
I love that theme song, yeah. So this is the one after that one.
Okay.
The one everybody hated, but I kept telling everybody it's actually pretty good.
Huh.
Yeah. So just skip season 1, go to season 2. Season 2 is fucking awesome. Squadron Supreme shows up. They fight Thanos, Civil War, Ultron. It's fucking nuts. Anyway, season 5, Black Panther. The first 2 episodes are like an Avenger-centric with kind of like Black Panther kind of in it. And then after that 2 episodes, Avengers disappear. The rest of the season is just Black Panther. Just him. Spoiler, he fights the Avengers halfway through it. That shit's fucking awesome. I was like, okay, I didn't see that shit coming. So, yeah, it's the, watch it. Cool.
Did you watch any like movies on Disney Plus?
Did I watch any movies? I think I did. I started to watch Fantasia. Fantasia was pretty good. I hadn't seen it in like years. Oh.
I watched that on acid once. It was awesome.
I bet. It sounds like it's awesome on acid. What else? I mean, everything I've seen on there. All I did is watch cartoons on there. All I did was watch cartoons.
I watched Flight of the Navigator the other night.
I will never watch that movie again. I'm sorry.
Oh, really? I hadn't seen that since I was a kid.
I hated that movie.
It hadn't aged well, but I mean, I had a good time.
Remember when the teacher used to like bullshit around and bring out the TV, for class?
Oh yeah, like
it just killed in the movie, and then they just read your magazine. Like that's the class for the day.
The Flight of the Navigator.
Flight of the Navigator. I'm like, this movie fucking sucked, man. I'm not watching this
shit.
Man.
Oh well, they did that for me. It was Teen Wolf, and I hated Teen Wolf, so maybe that's.
I guess so. Any movie was played with it. Sometimes the teacher will play some good movies on there, but no, not Flight of the Navigator. I hated that movie. Willy Wonka. They played Willy Wonka in one time. I'm like, this movie's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Fucked up. He killed those kids though, but nobody said anything. But whatever.
No, and then I watched The Rocketeer.
The Rocketeer is fucking awesome. I don't know why everybody hated that movie. That movie was awesome.
90s Jennifer Connelly.
Woo, man.
I used to crush on her so hard.
She would put hair in your chest.
Oh man, I used to crush on her back in the day. Labyrinth, fucking Phenomena by Dario Argento.
Yeah.
Career Opportunities.
Oh yeah.
Damn. I'm gonna go take a shit.
No. After
Quote
the podcast.
unquote a shit. Yeah.
Yeah, right. After the podcast, you can go with your phone and look and Google Jennifer Connelly in the bathroom after that. So, all right, but yeah, Disney Plus, awesome. Now, since we stick in Star Wars, let's talk about the video game section.
All right.
Yeah, because we actually got to play some video games because we got so hyped up on Star Wars, we both decided to play some Star Wars.
I guess I did play it.
You did play you Twitch streamed it or something.
I did Twitch stream it, yes, or YouTube or whatever the fuck it was.
Right, one
Shared
of
it,
them.
floated
Mixer,
it, yeah.
Ustream, whatever.
I didn't know that shit. I didn't know. I never did it before, so I tried.
I'll give you a chance to talk, but let me go first.
Right.
I'm gonna let you finish. But all right, so I got to play a game, and there's a brand new Star Wars game that came out this week. The whole time when Mandalorian was coming out, and it was I'm trying to remember the name of it. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Mm-hmm. So it is a brand new Star Wars game where you're playing a Jedi. I played about a good hour of it to get a good feel of the game. So apparently the backstory is this was a kid back in Order 66. His parents were wiped out. He was trained by a secret Jedi that survived Order 66. And now he's got Jedi powers. Yeah, okay, that's all I know so far. So he's a Jedi. Young Jedi. It's the kid from Shameless. But those you don't have Showtime.
I do not know.
Okay. He's Jerome from Gotham.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's him. So, all the same kid. Basically, he's making a name for himself right now. Really good actor. In here, he's doing the mocap and he's doing the voice acting. So when you're playing as him, it's him. You see him the whole time. You know. The game feels awesome, Eli. This feels like a AAA, high quality game that they put money in. It feels like a blockbuster movie. Let's feel like this could have been another Star Wars movie, and I'd have paid my money for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, to me, out of everything I played, this might be game of the year.
No shit.
Yeah, it's just that good. Like it's just that polish. They put money into this shit. You can tell. Now, here's the thing. I didn't buy the game.
Oh, no shit.
No, I got the game. Is actually an interesting story unto itself. Okay, so like I said, I don't have a console. I don't have a PS4. I don't have an Xbox. PC Master Race to play on. So I bought it on Steam, and then I realized that the Steam directed me to Origin, which is because the game is made by EA. So EA has their own, platform also that you got to play the game through them. And I go on EA, and EA actually has like their own subscription service. Mm-hmm. And the game is already on their subscription service. I'm like, wait, what? Like I can play it right now? Like, yeah. So I refunded the money back to Steam, went to Best Buy, got an EA Origin Access Premier card for $20 so they don't have to keep charging me every month, inputted that, and got the game. So I can play the game for a good month now, and I play it. Not only that, I can play all the new shit that EA got. So I can play Need for Speed. I can play FIFA. I can play Madden. That Star Wars game that you're playing. I can play that now. I never played it before.
Okay.
Mass Effect. All this shit I can play now for just $15 for a month. And Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. And this not streaming while I'm doing PS Now. No, I downloaded the game, playing it offline, so it plays just like normal. I'm
cool.
like, why not? $15? I'll probably beat the game in a month anyway.
There you go.
Then after that, that's it. And if I want to play it again, fuck it. Do it again. And then I don't just have just this game. I can play Madden, or whatever the fuck. So, yeah. Honestly, Eli, this game is fucking awesome. I
plan on getting it. Yeah, I want to get it. I'll probably get it for either Black Friday or Christmas or something.
Because I'm thinking the guy that made God of War, they got him to make this game.
Yeah, that's what you were saying. To
do it. And you can tell it feels like it. Like it's pretty much your standard, like gameplay wise, it's your standard hack and slash game. But it just got that, like the production level is just like 11 out of 10, so it just feels better. But it's got the regular thing, it's got progression, you got your normal enemies, you got your parrying, your blocking, you got your skill trees, where you can pick your skill points and all stuff like that. Like all that stuff, that stuff is in the game. So it's cool. But yeah, as soon as we finish the podcast. I'm jumping while you go to the bathroom with Jennifer Connelly. I'm getting back on Star Wars.
I think I'm gonna take a shower instead.
A cold one. Let me say, we could actually move into the meat of the podcast.
Sir.
Roundabout way, we finally got there. So this is the part the comic book bullies talk about comic books, and we're gonna jump into it. And Eli, should I start with the X minute right now?
Is it just gonna be a minute?
No, it never is.
Damn
the
it.
never-ending story. I'm trying to think what it's. Let's start off with X-Men #2.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did not read this.
Okay, because there's actually 2 X-Men books that dropped this week.
Yeah.
But I'm starting with X-Men 2 right now. So X-Men 2 are also known as Meet the Summers, because it's this family sitcom.
Okay.
So
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're back in the Summers house. You're playing the cute little theme song. Do-do-do-do-do.
Here's the story.
Yep. Cyclops walks to the room. Hi, kids. And you see, Phoenix Jr., what's her name? Prestige, Rachel Summers, whatever like that. And Cable. Cable has been turned into a teenage boy. Long story, not going to get into it right now. And they like, hi, Dad. They're like, hey, so Professor X is dead. Remember I told you in the last book, Professor X is dead. They reeling over that. So we got a lot of stuff going on. So the island is on lockdown right now. Nobody can get in. Nobody can get out. But they're sending me on a specific mission because for some reason there's another island out there that Krakoa is somehow drifting towards. So we got to find out what the hell's going on. And there might be monsters and evil animals over like that. So kids, you want to go on a trip? Like, sure, Dad. So they just hop in the plane and just go over there to the island. They find some evil monsters. They beat up some evil monsters. They find another weird-looking alien-type thing guy. And he's like, who are you? And they fight him. But while they're all fighting, the other island and Krakoa kind of merge together, like in a sexual way. And Kid Cable is looking at, Cyclops like, Dad, what the hell is going on? And Cyclops is like, son, what they're doing is how you got made. So they apparently join together. So they're like one island. So Krakoa and this other island called Araco are now one island called Krakoa or some shit. And so, and they, while the Summers were fighting this bad guy, the bad guy like, oh, now that we join, we're done fighting. I'm home. Like, you're home? Yeah, I'm home because he's here. Like, he who? Like, they just leave. So that same night, Apocalypse comes out of the bushes and talks to that weird looking pasty faced kid or whatever like that that's got these crazy ass powers. And he was like, I've never met you before, but I know where you come from. Like, who's your mother? My mother is War. I recognize War because she's my child. So apparently this white looking pasty faced kid with like that is Apocalypse's grandkid. And the reason they joined together is because I don't know why they joined together. It's actually one of those stories like in House of X or Powers of 10, whatever like that. The island thousands of years ago were one island and they got split apart and Apocalypse saved them. So apparently they joined together because Apocalypse has to do something because whoever split them up again is coming back. And Apocalypse is going to resurrect his 4 horsemen with their kids. The 4 horsemen are his kids. So bad shit happening. Yeah. Cool. So it wasn't too much of a sitcom like it was before, but no, it was a sitcom because while they were fucking up aliens and shit like that on the island, Cyclops gonna ask, Rachel, you ever been on a trip before? No, this reminds me of Hawaii. Matter of fact, when it's over, we're gonna plan a family trip. Yay! Okay. So, yeah. I'll give it 4 out of 5. It's still a fun read because it's still fun reading, the family matters of sitcom of Summers, whatever.
What do we do, baby, without
love? Rachel and Cable reminded me of Alex P. Keaton and whatever Justine Bateman's name was.
Sha-la-la-la.
And Wolverine.
As Nick. What's his name? Nick? Mallory. That was her name, right?
Mallory. That was her name. Yeah.
Her boyfriend, Nick, that guy, the dude with the mullet. Hey.
Oh, yeah. And they hated him. Yeah.
Yeah, hey. Funny thing, like on Hulu, they had all the old Family Ties on there. I actually went on a marathon a year or two ago, and I was actually laughing.
I look at Family Ties in a different light than I did when I was younger because I see what they were going for now. Because Michael J. Fox was, the 80s kid, the yuppie, and he was and the parents were like old hippies, basically.
Yeah, boomers.
Basically boomers, yeah. So it was weird having this, this conflict and clash between them. So it makes more sense now that I'm older watching the show than it was when I was younger. It was just, at the time, it was a show I watched when the Cosby Show ended.
Yeah, it came on after the Cosby Show.
Right.
Because we all watched the Cosby Show.
Right.
All right. All right, is it my turn?
It's your turn, yeah.
All right. I didn't read any X-Men.
Don't worry, I read enough for both of us.
But I did read Punisher Soviet #1, motherfuckers.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Garth Ennis back on the Punisher. So that's a thing. That's a thing you need to follow. You know what I'm saying? If you like the Punisher. All right, Garth Ennis and Jason Burrows on art. So basically, someone is going around killing Russian mobsters, only it's not the Punisher. So it starts out, Frank is going to he's been tracking down these Russian gangsters, and he goes down into one of their hideouts, and they're all dead already. He's like, damn, I was going to kill these motherfuckers, but somebody already did. And he's like really impressed as how whoever this killer was, they really know what they're doing. So he starts doing some investigating, finds out that there's one Russian mob boss, he's trying to go legit and trying to get into some real estate crimes. And the Punisher goes and busts up one of his smuggling deals. And there's an action scene. He gets he ends up getting the last guy alive. He ends up interrogating him, and he basically says that his boss, this Russian mob boss, has been trying to investigate the Punisher. He's been getting all this military intel on all the things, all the times the Punisher's has like shot up his gang. All the time he's gotten hit by the Punisher. But it turns out there's some hits that the Punisher didn't do. He's like, hey, I didn't do a couple of those. So what the hell? So he starts staking out, following the gang around, stakes out some guys, and he's waiting outside of a bar. Sure enough, they get killed. He goes in, sees them all dead. There's some Russian dude in there with the gun going, damn, Frank, what took you so long? And that's where the book ends.
Okay. They don't reveal who the guy is?
Nope. So so this is just issue 1. And this is, like I said, it's Garth Ennis, back on the Punisher.
Boys, Preacher, Punisher.
Yeah, he's born to write this character. Garth Ennis is just born to write the Punisher. He's totally relishing in the violence, all the, his gun porn wordplay, showing off all his knowledge of warfare and bullet terminology. That's all there, only it's the Punisher's voice. When the Punisher says all this shit, it sounds ultra cool. But like I said, Garth Ennis on the Punisher is just, it's like Snyder writing Batman, or you know what I mean? Or, it's just...
he writes the way the character's supposed to be written.
Yeah. There's a really cool scene where, the cop, Frank is talking to a cop, kind of, getting some information, and he says this comment about how cops are using our, he just pays cops for information now. That's your tax dollars at work. Cops, supporting vigilantism and all that shit.
Nice.
So yeah, this is a 5 out of 5 for me, so.
Nice. Okay. Pretty sure it's going to be class story, like I said, Garth Ennis. So, where's it going to go with? Okay. So now my second X-Men book, like I said, I guess the second X-Men minute, Fallen Angels. Name of this book. Okay.
I almost checked this out just because it was Psylocke, but then I wasn't sure if it was the Psylocke or.
It's complicated. I'll get into it.
Yeah.
Okay. So the book starts off. There's this, this girl, I guess 10-year-old girl with like that with a butterfly tattoo on her neck. She puts this thing on her temple, and she just goes fucking nuts. Just starts killing people. She's on this train. She just kills everybody. She wrecks the train, kills everybody on the train, including herself. Boom. That's done. So cut back to Krakoa, and we see Psylocke. The Psylocke you're talking about, not like white Psylocke, Asian Psylocke. There's 2 Psylocks. This is the Asian one. The ninja assassin one, the sexy one that we remember from the 90s cartoons, stuff like that. She wasn't a cartoon, was she? No, she wasn't. Whatever. Anyway, she's there. she gets a message from God saying that don't question me, just like Abraham didn't question me when I told him to grab a knife and put his son on the slab and stab him. You know, I'm trying to give you a message also. You need to go to Tokyo because there's this train crash happening. You need to investigate it because there's this evil god calling himself Apoth, whatever his name is. I can't remember. So Apoth is wreaking havoc, and you have to stop him. Because if you don't, he's just going to go fucking nuts. Because you don't belong on this island. You stay on this island, you're going to lose all your ninja, assassin, sexy, psychic skills because you're too safe down here. And the message ends. So God leaves her. So she's like, I got to get off the island. But they can't get off the island because, like I said in X-Force 1, Professor X got assassinated. So they lock the island down. You can't get in, you can't get out. That's it because they, security risk. So she goes to Magneto, like, Magneto, you got to let me, God talk to me. I have to go to Tokyo to kill this other guy. He's like, nope, can't go. Like, fuck. But I tell you what, go talk to Mr. Sinister, tell him the same story about how you talk to God. And maybe he can help you out. Like, Magneto, you telling me to get off the island? Why not telling me to get off the island? You're like, whatever you do after that, that's your business. I'm over here grieving for Charles. I don't know what you did. Matter of fact, we didn't even have this conversation. So that's it. So basically, Magneto's like hands tied, but he telling her to do it, but not to do it, So she goes to Mr. Sinister. Mr. Sinister says, yeah, I'll let you off the island. I'll make sure that nobody knows that you're getting off the island. But you can't go by yourself. You got to recruit some people. So she goes to recruit X-23 and Kid Cable. But X-23 tells Psylocke, don't bring Cable. Don't bring Kid Cable because he needs to be on this island. But me, on the other hand, I got to get the hell off this island because it's too safe here. And I'm a killer. I got to be in the action because that's what I do. But he needs to be here. So basically, the whole thing is just Psylocke and X-23. They go to Tokyo. They go to Tokyo. They find some arms dealer that Psylocke used to have dealings with back in the day and stuff like that. They go way back, stuff like that. And she's asking about the train crash. Like, I heard there was a train crash, and I heard this footage of the train crash. Pull it up for me. I want to know what the hell happened. And she goes to the train crash. She finds out the little girl that did the train crash, and she sees a butterfly tattoo on the back of her neck. She's like, oh, shit. And then she grabs the weapons dealer like that. Like, tell me who the hell that girl is. You either tell me right now, or I'm going to shove my psychic knife in your head, scramble your brain like an egg, and find information out anyway. She's like, no, I can't tell you. They'll kill me. Oh, you're talking too long. Bam. Stuck the knife in her head. She finds out every fucking thing that happened. Turns out the girl is her daughter. That she had to give up while she was in Tokyo training to be an assassin. Because she had an affair with the older dude, and they don't want her to have an attachment of anything because it makes you a cold-blooded. Because having an attachment takes away from you being a cold-blooded killer. So they took the girl away from her. And now she just found out that Apoth, whatever his name is, the evil god, has killed her daughter. She's like, oh, the guy got to die. Psylocke knows where they making the drug at and where the other kids are hiding out. So they go right there and they find a whole bunch of kids there, but they find one kid still alive, and Apoth basically like saying, oh yeah, I was waiting for you to come. Since you hunt me down, I'm going to hunt you down also. And then right before he says that, that kid dies too. So Psylocke is like, they go back to Krakoa, and she says, Miss Sin, I think you should do one more thing for me. I need to recruit some more people to take this guy down. I need you to make sure that Magneto and the rest of the council doesn't know I'm going back and forth to the island, because we need to find, because I'm going to go kill this guy. And something else happens in the book. The end. Something else like big happens in the end, but I can't remember what happened. But anyway, the end. Anyway, cool story. Brian Hill wrote this. Awesome story. A lot of biblical references. Like I said, the name of the book is Fallen Angels. So it's a lot of biblical references all through the book. Basically saying like Krakoa is heaven. But there's a bunch, but just like, like the devil got kicked out of heaven. Basically they're trying to make, Psylocke and X-23 and all these, these killers and assassins. They're like, you don't belong here. You don't belong in heaven.
The rebel angels. Yeah,
basically like that. So it's a whole lot of biblical reference. Like even Apoth, I might be fucking the name up, but even that's a name out of the Bible or something religious too. Because I think they call it like a tetragram, something like that. And the tetragram is supposed to be like the real name of God or something, like Yahweh. Okay. I know we're getting like super deep stuff like that, Oh, matter of fact, since we're talking about this, let me talk about one thing. That Abraham story. Eli, I know you know the story. Did it ever make any sense to you?
Abraham.
Yeah, the Abraham story from the Bible.
The one where he's got to fucking take his kid and kill him for God, and then God's like, psych.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
That didn't make any sense. Why are you telling this story in church?
Yeah. I heard it. I used to go to vacation Bible school.
Yeah.
And I had to do a speech on faith. And that's what I used. That was in my children's Bible.
Wow.
And then it wasn't until I got older where I realized that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, he just we're not going to spoil it for you. Just go read the Bible. I'm pretty sure it's an Abraham chapter in there. Read it. We'll spoil it for you. You'll see how fucked up the chapter is also.
Yeah.
Overall, yeah, I'm going to get this book I didn't explain. This is Asian original Psylocke, Lady Mandarin Psylocke. This isn't white Psylocke in the Asian body. This is Asian Psylocke in the Asian body.
Okay.
She took her body back. So there's two Psylocks running around. You got Psylocke and you got white girl Bessie Braddock running around too, but she's Captain Britain now, but whatever. So overall, let me get the book. I might give it a 4.5 out of 5 because this X-23 is in here, and she just I like X-23. She's awesome. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, should I do Guardians?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. I got Guardians of the Galaxy number 11. Donnie Cates, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Corey Smith and Victor Olazaba on the art.
Okay.
So, anyways, the Universal Church of Truth has been converting like the universe into their slaves. They have been cloning Drax to a big army, an army of clones, Drax clones, so they can kill Death. And they also converted most of the crew of the Guardians of the Galaxy, except for Moondragon, Groot, and Rocket Raccoon, who's like dying. And so basically, they go to rescue the Guardians. They go to the Church of Truth to rescue the Guardians, and they have a little child clone of Magnus. And so basically, this is just an all-out battle. You know, Rocket Raccoon in his robot mech suit, you know, Moondragon taking on this army of Drax clones. Moondragon like reads the minds of the Drax, and they're like, okay, that's not my dad. That's not the real him. So fuck him. So she just like fucking kills them all. So this is big action scenes. You know, lots of fighting. You know, at one point Magnus is right about to kill Jason, the what's it called? The Patriarch, right? Is that his name? The Patriarch?
Yeah, let's call him Patriarch. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's right about to kill them. Because he's like, you know, he's like, I hate you. You and your followers have turned me into like this villain. So fuck you. I'm going to kill you. But before he could do that, like all the slaves, like all the church slaves come and stop him. And it's basically every Marvel character from the cosmic universe is a slave. And the
Starjammers and a bunch of old school Guardians in there too.
Yeah. Everybody is a fucking Church of Truth slave. So they fuck up. They fuck up. They fuck up Groot. They stop Magnus, and Beta Ray Bill. He throws Stormbreaker right through Rocket's mech suit, and fucks him up. You think he's dead? And then they got Star-Lord, and they're like, okay, you know, what we're going to do, we're going to go to Earth now and convert everybody on Earth. And Star-Lord's like, you know, well, you know, you can't, this is Earth. You know, we got the Avengers, we got the X-Men, they're going to stop you. And then the Patriarch's like, nope, we converted everybody else. We can convert them too. So, but meanwhile, it turns out all, like Groot has been fucked up. All the little splinters turn into little baby splinter Groots, and they go and basically help Rocket out of that mech suit. It's all fucked up. Now Rocket, he's dying. He needs this mech suit to survive. So he's like dying now. And basically Rocket grabs a gun and says, okay, we better hurry. We don't have enough. We don't have much time left. And that's where the book ends. So Rocket's got a gun and a bunch of little splinter Groots are the only ones that are left. Pretty cool. I give it a 4 out of 5. This is just a fun, breezy action book. This Guardians run by Donnie Cates has just been a lot of fun. So
I enjoy it. I think the next issue might be his last.
Yeah, because he's gonna do Thor, right?
Something like that. Yeah, I think. Okay, so next book I got is Event Leviathan #6. Yeah, Mark Shaw's the Manhunter. The end.
Okay.
That's all we. I mean, it's a bunch of other bullshit that happens in the book. But none of that shit is inconsequential. All you need to know is that Leviathan is the old Manhunter named Mark Shaw, and is actually setting up another arc called. Wait a minute. I'll tell you just. Leviathan Dawn. I don't know what it's about. Whatever.
Okay.
Anyway, the plan was, the reason he was going to do Leviathan, he was trying to destroy all the governments, and he was going to release every single secret on the internet. When I mean every single secret, like every single secret. Bank statements, all your photos, nudes, everything. They were going to be uploaded. Social security numbers. Everything going to be put out there. It was going to just, destroy the government, and he was just going to swoop in and just take over everything. And somehow he's got a connection between the old Manhunters that are precursors to the Green Lanterns or some shit. They never connected them before, but Bendis gonna Bendis. So why not?
Okay.
So yeah, I'm just glad the story is over. But all it did is just open up another story. So
it was just a build up for another.
Yes, 3 out of 5. I'm glad this shit is over, but it's not over. It's a fucked up book.
It's just begun.
Right.
Like Dr. Manhattan says, nothing ever ends.
Right. Bendis never ends. So you got any more? Or I got one more.
I'll do my one DC book I read was Detective Comics 1015. Cool. Peter Tomasi writing, Doug Mankey and Jose Luis on the art. So this picks up where the last issue left off. Mr. and Mrs. Freeze. Well, Mr. Freeze has finally resurrected Nora. And they're going around and doing some crimes, They're doing some dirt. They're doing, they're getting money, getting paid, doing grimy shit. Mr. Freeze is a little concerned that Nora is enjoying it a little too much. She's kind of she's enjoying being evil. So that's kind of concerning him. And then meanwhile, we got Batman, Alfred, and Lucius Fox. They're trying to unfreeze Mr. Freeze's victims of his experiment. He froze a bunch of women to so he could resurrect his wife, and they're trying to save them. And this was pretty cool. This scene was pretty cool. This is why I like Batman. This is why Batman is cool. Batman basically says, okay, we have this serum, but we don't know if it's going to work on humans. So fuck it. Use it on me. Because that's who Batman is. He's like, he's selfless. He wants to save others. He's willing to risk his own life for the greater good. He's like, do it on me. So they experiment on him. He almost dies, but he doesn't because he's the goddamn Batman. And then meanwhile, Mr. Freeze and Mrs. Freeze, there's trouble in paradise. There's drama going on. Mr. Freeze is like, hey man, you're not who you are, who you used to be. You're getting too into this crime lifestyle. You're not the wife I married and all that shit. So she's like, fuck off, man. I'm tired of being your little pet and blah, 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 blah. I'm going to live my own life now. So she basically leaves him, and, shoots him, freezes him, and takes off. So then Mr. Freeze goes to fucking Batman's like, yo, man, my wife's gone crazy. She's, I know I've done some fucked up things in the past, but it was all to save my wife. But my wife, she's gone nuts now. She's tasted the life, and she has a craving for it now, and we got to stop her. And here, if you help me, I'll help you. Here's how you save those women that I froze. So he unfreezes the women, and then we have a team up. Batman and Mr. Freeze go after Nora, and the last panel is Mr. Freeze and Batman's in that really cool fire bat suit with the flamethrower and shit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, and that's where it ends. So I give it a 4 out of 5. This is Tomasi on this book is just a lot of fun. Cool Batman stories.
And of course he's about to take over. No, not him. That's Tinian.
That's Tinian.
Whatever the fuck name is.
All right. He can stay on detective, so that's cool.
Cool. Got 2 good books going on. Yeah. All right. So I saved this book for last, Eli. Now the thing is, like I said, I know that Eli, you always represent for your culture.
Okay.
Anytime as a book comes out, you always make sure that you're gonna put it on. You're gonna make sure, because the thing is, we have to be the change ourselves. If we don't support our own books or our creators and like that, who will?
Okay.
So that's what I'm gonna do with this book right now. Is Far Sector. Now, yes, it is a DC book. It is a Green Lantern book, but it is written by the author and the artist. The author and the writer are both black. So when I saw that, I'm like, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was that Gerard Way guy.
No, not him. I would have skipped that book if it was him.
Yeah,
I think he did have some
It's
input.
a young animal, right?
Yeah, it's Young Animal. Yeah, so
Yeah,
I think he
so
did
that's what
have
I thought.
some input. Like he did have something to do with this, but nah, it's the name of the writer is N.K. Jemisin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I try not to support him. I don't like him or his band, so I'm like, fuck him. I ain't reading his comics either.
Oh, that's why you boycotted Umbrella Academy. That's right. Everybody saw that show but you.
Man, I hated the hate is that deep.
He's the Kristen Stewart of bands. Okay. And we also had Jamal Campbell. Now, Jamal Campbell, he drew it. He drew Naomi.
Okay,
So
yeah, okay.
I really, really love his art in that book, and he brings it in this one too. So
Shit.
yeah, so like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and support this book. At least, see what you have going on. So there's a big buzz about it. And it's a black Green Lantern, black female Green Lantern. Never had that before. So check the book out and see what we have. So basically what the book is about, there's a murder that happens in this sector. And this sector is, but there's been 500 years since there's been the last murder. So they don't know what the hell to do with a murder because they hadn't seen a murder in a while. So they call the Green Lantern Corps to send a Green Lantern out there. So they send, her name is Sir Jonah Joe Mullen. I'm just call her Joe. So they send Joe out there. She's a rookie Green Lantern. They send out there by herself. And they're saying this is the furthest sector that the Green Lantern Corps covers. Matter of fact, it might even be further past their sector, which is why the book is called Far Sector. Because it's so far out, they can't even send another Green Lantern out there to go help her.
Damn.
So they send her out there to solve the mystery. She goes out there. They don't know how to do forensics. They don't know how to solve a murder or anything like that. So she's just like, I'm lost. Well, let's just notify the next of kin. They go to this meeting, and she meets the three heads of the Far Sector. Now, the name of the city is the Enduring City. I might be fucking up, but it might be called the Enduring City. That's the name of the planet they're on. And it's three factions. They call themselves the Trilogy. They call it's the head of the three trilogies. One of them is called the Na. One of them is called the At. Like don't at me. Yeah.
Okay.
And what's the last one? The Ekalo. I'm gonna be fucking that Kilo or some shit like that. Thorn people. They're Thorn people. They got thorns and shit on them. So she talked to him, and she basically said that she's already solved the murder. Like, she knows who did it. She knows how they did it. Apparently, it was one of the Thorn people, and they ate the person. But they didn't eat the people completely. They ate like half of them. They were like, well, that didn't make any sense, because when we were violent, because basically these three factions, whatever like that, 500 years ago, they were really at each other's throats. Matter of fact, there was two planets that used to cover the Enduring City. But you see in the background, the other city has been completely destroyed because they fucked each other up. So what they did, that they erased all emotions for the next 500 years, and that's the only way they can keep peace with each other. But somehow, if a murder happened and another person ate another person, then something isn't right. So the Green Lantern, Joe, she already saying, I already caught the person. I already know who did it, how they did it. They locked up. But you're not worried about that. We don't care about that. We want to know about, will this happen again? That's what we need to figure out. And that's the whole thing. So she decides to go interrogate the prisoner that ate the person. And they go in there and they say, oh, yeah, the person is sleeping. Oh, she got the itis? They're like, well, what is that? The itis. You eat so much you fall asleep? We don't have that here. Never mind, it's an earth thing. So she goes there. But when she opens the door, the person that ate the person actually been busted open. Somebody ate them. And then some bug creature flies by, nobody can see him, and Joe is just like, stand back. The Green Lantern's on there, and she does her Green Lantern ring thing, and the book ends. So, yeah. Overall, I had to read this book twice. First time I read this book, I hated it. But then I read it again, saw what they were doing, the world building, the characters they were putting in there. And for some reason, Jamal Campbell drew Joe like thick as fuck. Like, just... Damn. So I like this character. Oh, Yeah, overall, I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5. I'm still on the fence of whether or not I'm gonna pick up the second issue or nothing like that. But I like this idea of a book, if that makes any sense. There was some cool stuff in there, and like I said, Jamal Campbell, pencil is beautiful. And when I read it again and read the world building they was doing, I'm getting more and more into the book. So I may pick up the issue 2. Fuck it, 3.5 out of 5. 3.5 out of 5. That's my final score. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Dude, any more books?
No, that's all I got.
You did all mine, so fuck it. Yeah. If you listen this long, definitely like, share, and subscribe. Listen to our sister podcast, Geek Sav. Definitely listen to Comics Cast. Like I said, Comics Cast did a whole bunch of other books that we don't do. So listen, and even the books that we did do, listen to them and see what kind of opinion they got on there. Also listen to Hoodoo TV.
Yeah, you really made them mad for not liking that last Joker book.
I know, man. They called me an idiot or asshole or some shit. I don't know what
man,
they
you triggered them, man. You triggered them hard.
Fuck that book, man. I don't suck Jeff Lemire's dick like. I'm just saying. I mean, I completely forgot about the book till they mentioned it. I was like, oh yeah, we did review that book. Fuck it, whatever. Yeah, but yeah, go listen to Comic Cast. They give a whole bunch of reviews also. Get Valiant. We got a wrestling podcast. What is it? Wrestling Council.
Circle? No, the Council. Yeah, Wrestling Council.
Yeah, Wrestling Council. Get Valiant. No, Talking Vols. That's what it is. Get them confused. Eli may or may not be starting up another podcast also.
It's in the works.
Did I spill the beans or should I?
It's fine.
Okay.
I kind of mentioned it on Geek Sav, so we might be doing something new. So.
Okay. So it might be reboot, New 52. What is it? 5G.
Yeah. Rebirth.
Yeah, all that shit. Secret Wars. Yeah. I think that's all the podcasts we name. Next week we'll see what we're gonna do. Cause like I said, it's gonna be Thanksgiving, day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday. Yeah. We'll work our schedule around and we'll have something done. We'll have something done because hey, we got to talk about Watchmen eventually.
Yeah, catch up on Watchmen.
They don't want to hear about all this other X-Men Fallen Angels bullshit, Eli. They want to hear about Watchmen.
The people have spoken.
The people have spoken. Fuck Guardians of the Galaxy. Fuck Donny Cates. I don't know who the fuck a Donny Cates is. Talk about Watchmen. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about Watchmen. We're gonna squeeze it in some kind of way. Until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
We'll talk to you guys next week. Same bully time, same bully channel.